welcome to Nerd Life, a channel that has been quiet for, I would say, a good 18 months, maybe even 2 years. And part of the reason for that is, the reason why I can actually welcome you literally to Nerd Life. This is our shop down in Hythe. We are a comic book shop, and we also sell plenty of Pokemon products, Funko Pops, everything that your nerdy little heart might desire. And I thought the best way to start this channel up again is by setting myself a little challenge. I say little challenge. I want to complete a full national Pokedex, which I'm going to put in a single folder. And that's the first thing which I'm going to have to do, in fact, is open up my new binder, which I've got, which contains 1024 spaces. Now, of course, the Pokédex is 1025, so you'll have to see how I'm going to tackle that problem. But yeah, I don't know how long this is going to take me. I think it's going to be over a fair few videos, but what I want to do is the normal national Pokédex, no regional forms, anything like that, no mega evolutions. And I'm also going to make it that little bit more challenging by not buying anything online or on eBay or anything like that. So luckily, as I've got this shop with my wife, we've got plenty of bulk here, which I can go through, and I'm sure that we can punch out a nice big section of that Pokédex just with our bulk that we have in stock here. But let's start by opening this folder and see what it's like. It's not quite as big as the one which Deep Pocket Monster has. I know he's got that massive folder, but this one's a little bit thicker because mine only has, I think, 16 slots on each page. But let's see what it's like. Not the most impressive binder in the world by any means, but I think once you've got every Pokemon from the first 9 generations in here, I think it's going to be quite a special little folder. And I think it's going to be quite a cool thing for people to come see in the shop as well. And yeah, hopefully I can get the community down here involved in trying to help me fill it. So we do a TCG trade night every last Sunday of the month here, so hopefully I can get some people to bring down their bulk cards and we can trade some of those as well. So I think the first job which I'm gonna have to do, which I've been dreading, is I don't want to go through and count the spaces every time I want to put a card in here. So I'm going to write a number on each one of these, which is going to take me quite some time. So I'm just going through the water type Pokemon at the moment, and I've already got a nice little stack there. So I think we're going to be able to start this folder off really, really nice and simple. But this is where I've already come across my first little problem, which I'm not going to break my rules, and we're not doing the different localities, but I always think that the Galarian Mr. Mime is so much nicer than the normal Mr. Mime, but alas, he's not going to be in this Pokédex. That's a cool card there. Got a nice little stack there. I bet there's a fair few doubles in there. Wouldn't surprise me at all. I have an awful memory, and I'm pretty sure there's at least a couple of Gyarados cards in there, just because I'm just trying to find him now, but I can't find it there. It is this guy here. So the reverse holo from the Pokemon Go, which I'm sure somewhere towards the beginning I already picked up as a normal, but I'll just swap that out when I do find it. But I found a couple of really cool bits as well. So the first one is the Glaceon. So my first evolution. So this is very close to my son's favorite. He does like the Glaceon, but his favorite is Vaporeon. But it's quite cool at the moment, just because obviously I'm filming this just after Prismatic Evolutions has come out. So it's nice to have an evolution in there already. And the other card that's pretty cool is a Plasma Blast card. So black and white era of this Relicanth. So it's quite cool to have a card in there with a blue border I don't think there's going to be too many of those in the binder, but it's cool to have one of those in there as well, just to start off with. Not going to bore you by going through all of these with you, so what I'll do is I'll probably go through them all, and then once I've finished I can give you a little update on what I've managed to find. If this is anything to go by just from water types, I've got a pretty good feeling about our trusty bulk bin here. So I mean, these cards, we sell them in the shop and they are 10p for just the normals, and then all of the hollows are 20p. They're really good fun for kids to go through. We've had kids that come down and they've sat here for half an hour to an hour driving their parents mad. But yeah, it's a shame that kids are being priced out of the hobby a little bit. So bins like this are really important for those who are looking to start playing the game and using the cards what they're made for, not for just sticking in a folder. I know that's what I'm doing, but I'm hoping that kids will be able to go through that folder when they're in the shop during our TCG nights and really enjoy getting to know all of the different Pokemon. I am just about halfway through going through the cards which we've got here at the shop. It's going to take a while. It's already just gone midnight, and sadly it is quite an addictive thing to do. I think I underestimated just how long this is actually going to take, but yeah, I suppose I should keep going through. Coming up to 1 AM now. I'm just on the final stretch, so I've just got the psychic type stuff to do, and so far, let's see if I can pick it up without dropping it. So far this is the stack I've got. So as I said, I think we're doing well. I think we're doing pretty well. It's certainly a decent start, isn't it? I would have thought I've got some for most pages now, so it'll be interesting to start putting those in. I still need to number all the pages, which I'm really not looking forward to. I was meant to be doing that tonight, but I've been putting that off, so I'm probably not going to do that. I will do it before I put these in, because I said I don't want to have to count the pockets each time I do them. But yeah, so just these left, and then next time I see you, I think what I'll do is, once I start putting them into the folder, no point showing you going through anymore, but yeah, just psychic types left. So while I'm going through the psychic energies now, I have finally found that Mr. Mime, and you can't tell me that Galarian Mr. Mime's not much better. Definitely prefer this one, but as I said, sadly can't go in the Pokedex, but he's so much better than him. He's just creepy. Good one's going back in the drawer. So we are now on day 2 of my Pokedex challenge, and it is already once again midnight, because I kept getting distracted while I was doing all the numbering for the pockets in the binder, which hopefully is going to make things a lot easier for me. So each one of those, I ended up having to try 3 different pens. They all kept rubbing off. In the end, I went with a Sharpie, so that worked out quite nicely. But yeah, so that took me about 2 hours, as I kept getting distracted by YouTube. But that's all done. And to help me out a little bit more as well, I've also got a little cheat sheet. So that is the whole of the Pokedex essentially in a spreadsheet form, done alphabetically, so that as I find cards, I can find them easily on there, see where I need to put them in the Pokedex, because I can't remember all of the numbers. Of course I can't. I haven't got that sort of brain. But yeah, so this is all good now. But it has been pointed out to me that I have cheated a little bit. I've broken my own rule, which was that I wasn't going to buy anything on eBay. But there is a problem with the folder, which is that it has 1024 pockets, and of course I need 1025. So what I decided to do is, where is it? I thought what might be a nice way to start the folder is on the inside front cover is have a jumbo card of Bulbasaur. So stick number 1 right on the inside, and I thought that would look quite cool. And yeah, let's open this up and have a look at it. As I said, I did get on eBay, but you know, it's allowed. I'm sure it's allowed. Plus, if anyone complains, I do have a Bulbasaur in my bulk box, so I could stick it in behind it, and then I'm not really cheap. So if I remember rightly, the card which we've got is from the 151 set, I believe. And I got a jumbo size sleeve to go with it as well. Packaged nicely. Let's have a look at this. Is it already in the sleeve? Packaged really well. That's why I cut the sleeve. Right, there we are. Ah, that's not funny. It's from their celebration set. Look at that. Very nice. That's going to look so cool on the front cover. And I've got some double-sided tape, which hopefully will be strong enough to secure that on the inside. Let's see if that works. Oh, need some scissors. There we are. Right. I said hopefully this stuff will be strong enough to keep it in there, because obviously the front inside cover is sort of a soft material. Let's see. Stick that there. One on the other side. I'll secure it nicely. Shall I put some on the top and bottom as well? I'm not going to be putting any other cards in here tonight. It is just about late enough and I've got work in the morning, but I think maybe tomorrow I'll have another go and I'll start putting cards in and ticking them off. I reckon I've got at least a good 300 cards or so out of our bulk bins, so it's a nice little start. But of course there is a long way to go, because that's only a fraction of that 1025 cards, and we've got a few events coming up this year. So we've got Pokemania, where we've got a stall in Burgess Hill, so I think I should be able to do quite well there. We did the Pokemania show, which they just done in Canterbury. It's the first time they've done it. If you ever get a chance to go to a Pokemania show, they are really good fun. Really busy, lots to see, lots to do, and lots to buy. And then we've got a few Comic Cons as well, so I'm sure we'll have a little bit of luck. So try and get this as centered as I can. There we are. And there is card number 1 done. And just in case anyone does accuse me of cheating, I'm going to stick this guy behind him, and then I can say, nope, I didn't buy a Bulbasaur. So where's my bit of paper? Let's tick this guy off. So they're all alphabetical. So Bulbasaur is, where you gone, my friend? There you are, number 1. Finito. Let's get some more in this folder tomorrow. Can't wait. You know what, I was going to go to bed, but then I remembered something my wife told me, and before I forget, because I will, she said that we've got a Charizard in the folder. Now, we almost never have Charizards in the folder, because they just sell so quick. Whenever someone comes in, they always want a Charizard, and a lot of them, especially the kids, they don't care what Charizard. It can be any Charizard. So there we have one. £3.50 that should be. Charizard EX. I am going to unsleeve it though. I wasn't planning on sleeving this Pokedex, so let's stick him in. So nice and easy, number 6. First card going in the binder, and let me tick him off if I can find a pen. There we are. So C, Charizard. Get a couple of the OG boys signed off. 2 cards down. So many more to go. As you've seen from what's been happening in the video so far, I've been building up the Pokedex using only cards that we've got here in Nerd Life in our bulk selection. But that's not been very interesting for you to watch. So I've just been filling in all of those gaps, and I have managed to fill in just over 600 Pokemon cards. So I will go through that folder in a little bit and show you. I've got a few last bits to put in, and that's all of our bulk gone through then. But there's a few that I just wanted to pull out just because I thought they're really nice cards. But yeah, it's been hard work. It's been a lot of work. I've been doing this for a week now, and the stack which I've gone through, so going through 600 Pokemon, organizing them all by Pokedex number and ticking them off the list and everything, has been a lot of work. Now, during this process, I don't usually look all too closely at the tiny bits of writing underneath the pictures on the Pokemon cards. So with just the normal standard cards, underneath there at the bottom you actually have the Pokedex number. So underneath there you actually have the Pokedex number, and that is really handy for finding out where that Pokemon has got to go within the folder, because we're doing it by Pokedex number. But equally, I thought, oh, actually now I can't get rid of the process of ticking them off on my little sheet, because when I'm going around Comic-Cons and things, what I don't really want to be doing is lugging around that big folder and having to go through it just to see which Pokemon I still need. So I'm still going to be using that list, still going to be ticking everything off, still going to be taking ages to do it all. But at least this makes it a little bit easier to go through it in order and just speed up the process just that little bit. So some of the cards which I still need to add in are, this is the only Pokemon at the moment that I personally collect, so that is the Magnemite and all of its evolutions. So I've got the Magnemite there, and I've also got the Magnezone. The Magneton's already in the folder, because I forgot that I was going to talk about it a little bit beforehand. I do actually have, this is probably our most special card at the moment, because it was gifted to me by my son out of his personal collection, and that is the only Pokemon that he really collects is Vaporeon. So that's his favorite card. So he's given me one of those from his page. I have tried to get him down here to do a trade for his, which one was it? His Wartortle. Just because he's got a really nice base set one and I want it. I've already got a Wartortle in the folder, but I want his one. The other one which he gave me was the Granbull. And then just because it's on everyone's mind at the moment, because I'm filming this around the release of Prismatic Evolutions, which is a set that even as a shop we've been almost impossible to get hold of. So we've got a lovely Eevee, a nice Sylveon, and of course my favorite evolution is the Umbreon. Then finally, you've seen it before, but I'll show you again, is number 122, Mr. Mime. The normal version, not the Galarian one. So yeah, so let's have a quick look through the folder so far. This is probably going to be the end of this first video, and then from here on out I think the videos should get a lot more interesting. This has just more been sort of a an introduction to what we're doing with it, because from now on to get more cards we're going to have to go hunting in shops, doing trades and all those sorts of lovely things. So yeah, hopefully part 2 and 3 and whatever goes beyond will be a lot more interesting, and we'll get that Pokedex completed very, very soon. It's already starting to look really, really good. As I said, we've got just over 600 cards there. I have lost count a little bit, but we'll give you an update maybe at the start of the next video. So thank you very much for hanging around, and see you again soon.